All right, sound check, mic testing 1 2 3. Welcome back to Smart Hustle PH. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. It's a weekend. It's 4:05 p.m. on Saturday, April 26, 2025. Welcome back to Smart Hustle PH. We are streaming live po dito sa Facebook and TikTok. I'm not sure if it's working on TikTok. But if it is, I think there are some people who've just joined in or are viewing right now. Maraming salamat po. But anyway, hello to Princess Nobles. Hello to Miguel Leonor Danton. Hello to Mirai. Single ko forever. Trisha. Hello. And Leia, Melby, and sa lahat po ng mga nanonood ngayon. This is Brian. Thank you for tuning in at this time. Today, we're just picking up where we left off. Narinig ba? Okay ba? Yung sound? Is it good? Okay naman dito sa tech support natin. Si Mrs. Again, we're picking up where we left off dati from the Justifying Excuses series po. So in the last 2 episodes of our Justifying Excuses series, we talked about the classic excuse of not having time. Or yung isa sa mga pinaka-common na excuse talaga natin na bakit di natin magawang, simulan na tuparin yung mga pangarap natin because of the excuse, I just don't have the time. Pero sa totoo nga lang ba, wala nga ba tayong oras o talagang hindi lang natin priority po? At yung isang excuse din na having the fear of failure or I don't think I'm good enough. Ayan, I'm not good enough. Ayan. So, and just to remind us, including myself lang din naman, taking from the French philosopher, if kilala nyo to, si Albert Camus. He said, one of his quotes, he said, those who lack the courage will always find a philosophy to justify it. Kaya nga yung tinatawag natin na podcast series na to na Justifying Excuses podcast series. Kung sa Tagalog pa, siguro, hindi ko lang alam, transliteration siguro or translation, ewan ko lang. Kung kulang ka sa lakas ng loob, palagi kang magdadahilan. O palagi kang mangangatwiran sa kung ano sa palagay mo ay wala ka or yung pagkukulang mo. Okay, so in this podcast series, we've been exploring some of the most common excuses that hold aspiring VA, kung VA ka tulad ko, virtual assistant, and even entrepreneurs din. I'm also an entrepreneur myself, Ano nga ba ang mga dahilan na pumipigil sa atin o sa'yo, sa akin, sa pag-abot ng mga pangarap mo or to even start pursuing it? And so if you have not yet done so, feel free to check out, the previous 2 episodes. I'll be putting the direct episode links in the description down below this, video. I'll be uploading this later on my YouTube channel or somewhere in this video. Hanapin nyo na lang. But in this episode, we'll tackle the excuse of having limited resources. Sino sa atin ang kulang? Walang limited, kulang sa resources. Basta, mga pangangailangan natin, or you've probably heard someone, o baka ikaw din to, I just don't have enough money. Okay, sino sa atin merong ganito? Kahit ako, guilty ako dyan, so maraming beses na mostly from in the past, and isa to sa mga common excuses po natin. Hindi na tayo lalayo, talking about money. You might be thinking, I'm just not wealthy enough, or I'm just working with a small budget, or even I'm just not as fortunate as others. Dito pumapasok yung comparison. Kinukumpara natin yung sarili natin sa iba. Well, I get it naman, I mean, who really has enough money? Tama ba? Di ba? Kahit nga ba naman yung sobrang, I'm not saying na, I'm sure, kung merong sobrang mayaman dito or mayaman ka na, di mo na kailangan ng pera or dagdag, kahit ba naman ganun hindi pa rin tayo, parang kulang pa rin. Okay? So financial limitations can feel like a massive hurdle. But seriously, the point is you don't need to win the lottery to get started. It's about starting with what you have and making the most of it. Medyo magasgas na to. Palagi ilang beses na natin siguro na naririnig ito, no? And para sa akin lang naman, success is not solely defined by your bank account, or so they say. Okay? So many incredibly successful people started with next to nothing. No? Halimbawa na lang, a small budget, no? It can actually be a good thing. Alam mo kung bakit, no? Bakit nga ba good thing? Bakit baka sasabihin mo, grabe naman Brian, bakit maganda? Okay pa yung maliit na budget. No, why or how so? Alam mo kung bakit? Because it forces you and me to get creative, to think outside the box, to find cost-effective solutions you might never have considered otherwise. Tama po ba? Ito yung tinatawag, I'd like to call this a test. A test of your ingenuity, not a death sentence for your dreams. Okay, so yung pagkakaroon ng kulang sa financial provision sa pagsimula ng pangarap natin, hindi po ito death sentence ng mga pangarap natin, no? Bagkus ito ay pwedeng pagsubok lamang. Pagsubok lamang. Alright, so kung isipin lang din natin, naniniwala ako na ang dami ng successful entrepreneurs and businessmen and women, even here in the Philippines, who started from scratch. And some of these prominent personalities are, isa na dyan, so the late Henry C. Ayan, of the SM Group. Sino sa atin yung gumagala sa SM? No? Ang sa pagkakaalam ko lang, correct me if I'm wrong, no? He migrated from, China to the Philippines and started by selling shoes in a small store and just beside or somewhere beside isang drugstore. Di ko nababanggitin, ano? Okay? So, ang nangyari dyan, syempre, he expanded into yung tinatawag natin na SM Mall chain ngayon, no? Which revolutionized the retail in the country, retail business in the country. So ito lang naman ang isa sa, if not the largest mall chains in the country, where many of us, marami sa atin mga Pinoy, ay pinupunta natin, gumagala tayo and spend time with family, friends, and colleagues pag gumagala tayo. Ano po? Tama po ba? Yan si the late Sir Henry C. Ayan. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Sir Henry. Ayan, kasi we get to enjoy the air conditioning system sa mga mall ngayon, lalo na sa SM ngayon, summer ngayon, ano. Okay, so next, sino pa ba? Ang Socorro, si Socorro Ramos. Sino nakakilala nito? Of the National Bookstore. Okay? So si Socorro Ramos, she was often cited as a classic rags to riches na story. She started with a small stall na nagbebenta ng mga, syempre, National Bookstore nga, di ba? Nagbebenta ng mga libro with her husband and built it into the National Bookstore that it is today. And it's a chain of stores which, by the way, has become a dominant force in the Philippine retail book industry. Ayan. Next off, si Sir Manuel Villar Jr. Ayan. So, ang pagkakaalam ko lang din, he grew up in a modest family. Hindi naman masyadong mayaman, hindi naman sobrang mahirap. But he worked his way through school. He built a successful real estate empire, focusing on housing for, I believe, middle income Filipinos, and I'm sure there's more to it than just that, right? And the point being is, money is a tool, hindi ito hadlang. Okay? Sabi ko nga, maraming mas kayang maitulong ng pagkakaroon ng pera, although it's not everything. Okay? Just take note, the money is not everything naman, but it's a big thing. Aminin natin, it's not the only means, but it gives you an advantage to some degree. And although it's not the only reason na yung rason natin, gusto natin makatulong sa mga mahal natin sa buhay at sa ibang tao, lalong-lalo na ngayon, we're palapit na yung eleksyon. Ang daming mga para sa akin, nuisance candidates ni kahit sobrang yaman, dami mong pera, wala namang alam sa politika. Pero yung tinutumbok, yung palaging bukang bibig ng mga running candidates na to is gustong makatulong sa ibang tao. Kasi malaki nga naman ang maitutulong ng pagkakaroon ng pera. Tama po ba, no? So, but other than that, there can be ulterior motives for wanting to gain more money. Okay? And so whether it be good or bad, no? Depende yan sa'yo. The point is, you have options pag meron ka. Am I right? Okay? Now, baka isipin lang iba, referring to aspiring VAs tulad ko and entrepreneurs, no? Madaling sabihin, baka, sasabihin nyo sa akin, madaling sabihin yan kasi meron kang okay na setup. Tulad ng nakikita nyo ngayon, hindi naman siya sobrang power talaga or what, ganito ganyan. Paano wala akong ganyang computer, wala akong ganyang gadget? Halimbawa na lang sa mga gustong mag-umpisa diyan, no? But ito lang think creatively. Yun yung keyword or key phrase natin, na mag-isip ka ng paraan. There are often free, mga libre or even low-cost alternatives available. Alam niyo po ba, nagsimula akong before I became the copywriter that I am now, nagsimula ako sa libre kasi nagtrabaho ako sa call center dati. Sa pantry merong mga computers and that's free for anyone to serve during their breaks. So nangyayari, kumuha ako ng mga gigs, nagsulat ako ng mga recipe. I started writing recipes for Facebook. Ayan. So ang liit ng kinikita noon pero talagang tinaga ko, no? So libre 'yun sa pag 15-minute break. Ayun, pupunta ako sa pantry, gagawin ko yung task. Tsaka lunch break ganyan, tsaka last break ganyan. Ayan. And paglabas ng after work or during rest days kumbaga, pumupunta ako sa mga internet cafes. Ayun, ginagawa ko yung side hustle. Sobrang liit lang, but ginawa ko yung parang springboard. Libre or maliit lang yung gasto kasi 20 pesos per hour noon. 2012, no? Ewan ko lang ngayon, no? Sa mga internet cafes. So anyway, yung punto ko dito, merong talagang alternatives kung gusto mo talaga. Gagawan mo ng paraan. You just need to think creatively, no? So, and I also know several entrepreneurs, yung mga small business owners who initially thought they needed a fancy commercial space to succeed. No? Yung ginawa nila, they put some of their savings into rent, into renovations, and all of those overhead costs. Alam yun to pag negosyante ka, no? O kahit ba naman hindi, kahit tiyanggi-tiyanggi nga lang, di ba? Kailangan mo ng overhead costs, kailangan mo bang pambili, meron pang puhunan. Ayan. Magbayad ng kuryente, kahit renta ng maliit na tindahan, ganyan. But eventually, itong mga ilang makakilala ko, they realized it was not sustainable. So anong nangyari? So they pulled out, they moved back to operating their business from home, cutting out those massive expenses, and their businesses are now thriving. Hindi siya madali pa rin, pero ayan, tuloy-tuloy pa rin, no? So again, it's been a heck of a ride for them, but that's a huge, para sa akin, malaking kaltas yun. It's a huge chunk of expense that's cut to be able to better grow one's business. And of course, that doesn't mean na hindi mo kayang abutin, you cannot reach your customers. Lalo na ngayon, meron ng mga, 'di ba, merong mga delivery services. Okay? So you don't always need a permanent, a physical store. Really, you don't necessarily, sobrang kailangan mo unless mall or talagang tawag dito, convenience store. I mean, you need a physical store for that, right? So, but maraming negosyo ngayon na pwede sa bahay lang, no? There are food, sabi nga, merong mga delivery, food and item delivery apps we could take advantage of, and I also know entrepreneurs who they don't have a physical shop, but they take advantage of what? Yung mga pop-up booths, sa mga mall tsaka mga event bazaars, I've tried that one, nasubukan ko na rin yan, magtayo ka ng maliit na, meron ka lang mesa, meron kang booth, ganyan, and setting up a booth at Ayala Mall. anong binebenta ko noon? I was selling health and wellness products. Hanggang ngayon naman, nagbebenta pa rin. Hindi na ako nagsiset up ng booth, pero kahit sa bahay lang, online, pwede. Nagbenta din tayo ng mga kape, tsaka siomay, mga ganyan. So, sobrang effective din nun. No? It's a great way to reach a wider audience without the commitment of a long-term rent. Okay, so what's the point? Matanong natin, ano? Just talking about having limited resources, not having enough money, not being wealthy enough, working with a low budget, and whatnot. Now, it's about being resourceful. Yung topic natin ngayon, justifying the excuse of having limited resources. So, kasalungat niyan is being for us to becoming resourceful. And not just being kuripot, kung kuripot ka man din, wala naman problema doon, no? But you can even be, just yung tinatawag natin na street smart about, starting a business or starting your VA career path. So again, having limited resources, yung I just don't have enough money na excuse. It does not have to be an excuse one gets to justify for himself or herself na wag na lang, di na lang ako mag-start maging VA o magsimula ng maliit ng negosyo kasi kailangan pala ng ganyan kalaking gastos or what. Okay? So just be resourceful enough and be more creative to work with what you currently have. Okay? So, take note lang to if you want to start to, being a VA, naalala ko lang just top of mind, no? Merong nagtanong one time, pwedeng magsimulang maging VA na gamit yung cellphone lang. Ito, mobile phone, hindi po pwede. Okay, at least meron kang decent na laptop, no? I mean, side topic naman yan. Okay, so, so just for more of our podcast, break muna tayo saglit, no? Just stay tuned, back in a bit. All right, we're back. Still talking about having limited resources. Now, another excuse would be, I just lack the equipment or tools. Sinong makaka-relate nito? No, if you are, want to start aspiring to become, if you aspire to become a VA or even start a business na kinakailangan ng syempre lalo na pag online, kailangan mo ng something man lang or a gadget to start working with, no? Yung tanong na lang, do you really need that, top of the line equipment with all the bells and whistles, to get started? No? Kasi I've heard a lot of this, and often you can find creative alternatives. You can even start with the basics. Okay? So halimbawa na lang, share ko na lang yung kwento ko, kwento ko niyan. I don't know if you can see, it's not there. Ayan, meron akong yung heat press ko. I have that heat press machine right there dito sa gilid, I print my own, I print t-shirts. Ginawa ko siyang negosyo din sa mga negosyo ko. So, but alam niyo po ba, and while I was starting copywriting back in Cebu, that was 2012, nagsimula din ako magnegosyo na magprint ng t-shirt. Wala pa akong, ang mahal ng heat press, di ba? For me, I mean, it's quite, mamahal siya, especially during that time. So, ang ginawa ko, wala akong pera. Nag-isip ako ng paraan, ginawa ko, gumamit ako ng plancha. Yung plancha talaga, yung iron-on type na, t-shirt printing. So, marami ng newer technology ngayon. Meron ng direct-to-film, meron ng, syempre, yung old school screen printing, meron ng embroidery. Pero medyo mahal yung mahal yung embroidery machine, tsaka yung pag screen printing naman yung rotary talaga na setup na 6 plate 10 whatever na machine. Pero you can actually, I started off with netbook, maliit na netbook. Nakapag-invest ako ng maliit na netbook or laptop na maliit na. And plancha, printer, simple printer. Okay. So, and stickers. Ayan, gusto ko yung mga stickers. So, ginawa ko, wala pa akong Cricut machine noon. Ngayon, ang ginawa ko is I do it manually. Nakakapagod nga lang. Kasi manual mo ikakat yung stickers, no? So, and of course, ito nga, yung podcast natin. Ganito, I did not start off like yung meron ng ganito na setup. No, I started off with a very simple CDR King microphone na sobrang delayed pa yung audio. Okay? And nagkaroon din ako ng siomai business. Meron ako sariling siomai recipe. Yung ginawa ko noon, so wala pa akong food processor noon, hindi ko pa afford noon, no, medyo extra budget talaga kailangan doon. I started off mincing it manually. Alam niyo yung talagang nagmi-mince ka ng bawang at lahat-lahat. Ang hirap noon, no? Sibuyas, lahat ng mga ingredients, manual. Pero eto, nakabili na nga ng food processor na mumurahin lang din naman. 650 pesos if I remember correctly, no? The brand was American Heritage. Alam niyo ba 'yun? So nakabili ako ng ganung maliit na food processor from 2012 din. Until now, I'm still using it. Oh, 'di ba? Okay, so to answer the question lang naman, did I really need that, top of the line rotary screen printing or embroidery machine to start a t-shirt printing business? No. No, did I really need that top of the line siomai making machine? Meron kasing machine, 'di ba? Siomai making machine to start a siomai business. Hindi rin, no? So, hindi siya excuse. Pwede mo siyang gawin. It's a valid excuse, but it's really up to you kung gagawin mo siyang excuse, ano po. Okay? Ano pa? I just don't have the connections. Wala kasi yung kakilala, ano? Okay. Ito lang, no? In any business o kahit ba naman sa corporate jobs natin, no? Networking is key. Okay? But it does not mean you need to know everyone in the industry. Okay? Just start with the people you already know and build relationships from there. Or if you are someone who's a self-starter like me, you can also pave your own way. I started off doing, like I said, I mentioned this a couple of times. I started doing voiceovers, doing whiteboard animation videos, copywriting, social media management, video editing. Basically, I threw myself into content creation and learned as I went. And I'm still learning as I go. Ngayon, before starting this podcast, I had to check everything. Hindi ko nga din alam pa rin kung tama ba yung ginagawa ko. Kung nakikita nyo pa rin ba to? Kung naririnig nyo ba ako? And I think I'm still clear enough, no? And I hope so na recorded naman to. Okay naman. Okay, but the point being is, as a VA and a freelancer, I built my own portfolio and reached out to potential clients, both directly and indirectly. So come the question, was it easy? Naging madali ba yan sa'yo, Brad? Or Brian, no? Siyempre hindi. Nagsimula ako 2012, no? It was never easy. It was tough, no? It was very challenging. But ito yung reward. It proved that I can create my own opportunities, and even without a huge network. No, kahit ngayon, I have a few friends, I have a few connections. I mean, di ba? Ito, kwento ko lang, when I started my t-shirt printing business, so, I don't know if you've heard The Hundreds. Hanapin nyo na lang sa YouTube. Isa sa mga naging inspiration ko, si Bobby Hundreds. Kaya tinawag niya yung t-shirt business line niya. Ewan ko lang ngayon kung nag-t-shirt printing pa rin sila. The Hundreds. Ayan. So, yung kwento niya is, ang ginawa niya, they started locally in the US, no? Parang half Korean, half American yata siya. So, nangyari is, wala siyang masyadong connections. They were starting, he started with I think with a few friends, medyo, syempre, mahirap magsimula ng negosyo. Ang ginawa nila, marami ng t-shirt lines. Marami ng mga brands. Kahit mga sobrang mahal na mga The Guess, mga ganyan. Mga branded na mga Lacoste, mga ganyan. So ginawa niya, para streetwear kasi, t-shirts yung piniprint nila. So lumapit siya sa isang business owner na medyo kilala na sa lugar na yun, sa city na yun. Eh kinausap niya, meron akong t-shirt line, I'd like to gusto ko sanang mag-display sa sa store ninyo, pwede ba? So parang na rin, gustong subukan ni business owner, parang sabay pilit na rin konti. So namili siya ng mga designs. Ito yung gusto, ito ganyan. Okay, so ginawa ng The Hundreds, nag-display sila doon. So ngayon, di pa sila kilala. Paano nila ngayon i-market yung business nila na meron silang mga t-shirts sa ganitong store? So syempre kilala na yung store pero hindi naman kilala yung brand nila. So ang nangyari, ang ginawa nila, they reached out to their friends and their families in their neighborhoods. This might sound unorthodox for some, but this can work. Ang ginawa niya, he asked them to, can you buy our t-shirts sa ganitong store, pero bibigyan ka namin ng pera. Ganyan, bilhin nyo lang. No? And then sa inyo na. Pero medyo nagsunog din siya ng pera, ng konting investment, ganyan. It's part of the business anyway. So nangyari, nagulat yung may-ari ng store, may mga bumili ng t-shirts, pero hindi nila alam na yung mga bumibili pala, mga kaibigan, mga kapamilya, mga kapitbahay ng nila Bobby hundreds. So, bumenta, ang nangyari ngayon, bumalik sila Bobby doon para, kunin yung kita nila, kumbaga. Yung may-ari parang, okay yung mga t-shirts, ang dami, ubos yung t-shirts mo. Sige, kuha ko ulit. Di ba? Doon na nagsimula yung nila, yung paglaki ng negosyo nila. So I don't know where they are right now, which point in their business they're in right now, but isa yun sa mga naging inspiration ko. Pwedeng mangyari yun. Okay? So, again, do I have or do you have connections? So the answer is yes, meron naman. Meron kang mga connections because for you to have people coming into your business, you need to work with people, who can be your springboard, or partners to launching that business. Okay? But you don't need a lot to begin with. You just need to have the right people. You can start working with your sphere of influence tulad ng the hundreds. Okay? Okay. So again, let's take a quick break and when we come back, let's have more of our podcast and I'll be back in a bit. Again, going back to the topic. Ito naman justifying excuses, the excuse of not having limited resources. Balikan natin yung isa, no? I just don't have the time. Kasi naniniwala ko, time is it's a resource. Tama po ba, no? Or I just don't have the energy. Okay, itong dalawang to. So the classic excuse, I don't have the time. And although we've talked about this excuse, of having not enough time in a previous episode, isang buong episode talaga yun. I'll be putting the link in this podcast as well. No, I just cannot help but reiterate that time indeed is a resource and a very valuable one. And I believe most, if not all of us, would agree. It's a finite and non-renewable resource or commodity. No? Hindi siya infinite kasi lahat tayo namamatay. Okay, so and sabi ko non-renewable siya. So hindi siya maibabalik na, hindi siya walang rewind. Okay? And we've all said it. Tama po ba? Okay. But the truth is, we all have the same 24 hours a day. Kahit ba naman si Elon Musk or si Beyonce or even yung kapitbahay mo, down the street who seems to accomplish a million things and meron din mga tambay na walang ginagawa, we all have the same 24 hours. No? But the difference is the difference lies in how we use those hours. So it's about prioritizing. It's about ruthlessly cutting out the time wasters and focusing on what truly moves the needle. All right. So isipin na natin just think about this. How much time do you spend scrolling through social media? Sinong guilty dito? Ako lang ba? Okay? So, lahat tayo, especially in my business, kahit sa anong negosyo, a lot of businesses right now, napakahalaga ng social media. Okay? But how much time do you spend on tasks that could be delegated or eliminated? So, ikaw lang makakasagot yan, ano? So, the point here is time management isn't just about scheduling. It's about making conscious choices. Ulitin po natin time management, I'd say more like it's not priority management. No, it's not just about scheduling. It's about making conscious choices. about what things you're spending your time on. So justifying the excuse, I just don't have the time, really isn't about you not having the time for it, but it's about you not making a conscious choice or decision or effort to spend some time lang naman, hindi naman buong araw, no? Natutulog din naman tayo, no? Spend some time on learning about your dream business, maybe, or honing your craft to start and make something more out of it. Ano po? And there's this another excuse, no? Sabi ko kanina, I just don't have the energy. Excuse. Okay? Ito nagigets naman natin, ano po? No, we all have days where we feel drained. Lalong-lalo na, I mean, summer ngayon dito sa Pinas, ano? Nadidrain yung utak ko. Pag lalabas lang ng konting ilang oras na lumalabas, mag-drive na ka-aircon naman yung kotse, ganyan. Pero parang na-drain yung kailangan nating just keep hydrated, no? Masakit sa ulo, parang ayoko nang lumabas, dito na lang ako sa sa kwarto, ganyan, magpa-aircon o gumala sa mall, maya na umuwi pag gabi, kahit nga gabi medyo mainit pa rin, ano? Okay, but ito lang punto natin. The energy is not just something you passively receive. Okay? Unless ikaw si Superman o si Captain America, meron kang serum, may in-inject sa'yo na serum or what. Hindi naman tayo Avengers, ano? Okay. The point is you can create energy. Isa na dyan, paano? A good sleep is non-negotiable. Para sa akin, mahalaga ang tulog. Okay? Ayan. What else? If you're, kasi if you're running on fumes kasi, you won't be as productive no matter how much time you have. Pag kulang ka sa tulog, medyo mainitin yung ulo natin, lalo na ngayon. Medyo maraming taong mainit ang ulo. Okay? Ano pa? Hindi lang tulog. Healthy diet. Okay? Healthy diet, no? Ito yung fuel natin for our body and our brains. Now, you cannot expect to perform at your best if you are eating too much junk. Mahilig ako sa sweets. Mahilig ako sa tsokolate. Okay? Guilty ako dyan. Okay, so, pero, I make it a point to exercise, to burn those and use them up, be mindful lang naman. Aware tayo na pag nasobrahan tayo ng chocolates, medyo hindi na siya okay. Hindi na siya okay talaga sa katawan. Lalo na pag naging 40s up na tayo. No? Okay? Or 30, even 35 and up. No? Ewan ko lang. No? But anyway, so pag sinabi natin I don't have the energy or the time or energy, tanungin mo yung sarili mo, what am I really saying? Are you saying you're not willing to prioritize sleep? Are you saying that you're not going to prioritize your health or your overall, wellness? Or are you saying that you care less about taking care of yourself? No? Because the truth is, you do have the potential to control both your time and your energy, even if it feels challenging. Okay, yung pag-exercise naman kasi hindi siya it's a challenge. Kahit ba naman sa akin, nag-exercise po tayo, nag-gym kahit pa paano, pag may oras, kanyan, at least 2 or 3 times a week. Pero, nagiging challenge pa rin. Minsan talaga, nakakatamad naman. Grabe, ayoko. Dito na lang ako, manood na lang tayo ng TV series or movie, ganyan. Mag-computer na lang, ganyan. Okay? But talaga, it's, all these things are valid excuses. Kung talagang gusto mo siyang gawing excuse. Okay? So, I just want to wrap this up para meron pa tayong next episode. No? Part 4. Part 3 kasi ito. No? So, I just really want you to consider this. What if the biggest limitations aren't external? What if the real obstacle isn't a lack of money? Hindi yung kulang sa pera, kulang sa budget, kulang sa equipment, no? Or connections, wala akong kakilala, wala akong connections, but really, it's your own mindset. Yung utak po natin. Think about, ito lang narinig ko lang to sa isang kwento, isa sa mga motivational, mentors po natin, alam mo yung, I think Les Brown, if I'm not wrong, Les Brown, sabi niya, yung mga alam mo yung pinakamayayaman na tao, kung nasaan sila ngayon, nasa hukay sila. No? Alam mo kung bakit? Isipin mo to, think of all the brilliant ideas, no? Mga ideas, mga proyekto, mga projects, mga inventions na naisip ng mga taong namatay na lang because they said, I can't afford it. Or I don't have the time for it. I don't have the tools for it. No? Think of all the incredible projects that were never launched because someone said, I don't have the tools or equipment to begin with. Okay? So, what if we shifted our focus, what if nilipat natin yung focus natin? What if we embraced the resourcefulness as as a strength, and what if we started seeing limitations as challenges to overcome rather than a wall to stop you or me? Okay, and I want to hear from you, what's the biggest, I'd love to hear from you kung ano yung mga biggest resources, anong kulang na mga bagay, pangangailangan, or what na related, ng mga excuses ng mga ganito that's been holding you back sa pagsimula ng, pag-start ng negosyo, pag-start maging VA, ganyan, no? Feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. Okay, once again, medyo napahaba tayo ng konti, but anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to Smart Hustle PH, and don't forget to follow Smart Hustle PH on our social media platforms, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you never miss another episode like this. Once again, my name is Brian, and I hope to see you in part 4 of Justifying Excuses. Thank you so much.